Picture this. While other men are making noise, seeking validation, and desperately trying to prove themselves in every situation, there's a different breed of man who operates from the shadows. He's the one who studies the chessboard while others are still arguing about the rules. He's the Sigma male, and today we're diving deep into one of his most powerful traits, the ability to observe first and act only when victory is guaranteed. Welcome to Official Sigma Male, where we decode the mysteries of true masculine power. If you've ever felt like you don't fit the traditional molds, if you've noticed that your greatest strengths emerge when you step back and analyze rather than rush forward, then you're about to discover why observation isn't just a skill, it's your greatest weapon. What I'm about to share with you isn't just theory. It's the result of studying successful men across industries, from tech billionaires who built empires in silence to strategic military leaders who changed history not through aggression, but through calculated patience. These men understood something that escapes most. In a world full of reactors, the observer becomes king. Today, we'll explore 6 crucial dimensions of this Sigma trait that separates the wheat from the chaff. And if this resonates with you, if you recognize yourself in these patterns, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell, because understanding your Sigma nature isn't just about personal growth, it's about unlocking a level of effectiveness that most men never even realize exists. 1. The strategic patience advantage. Strategic patience isn't about being slow or indecisive. It's about understanding that in a world obsessed with instant gratification, the man who can delay action until the optimal moment holds an insurmountable advantage. The Sigma male recognizes that most battles are won before they're even fought, and this victory happens in the mind of the strategic observer. Consider the difference between a reactive man and a strategic one. The reactive man sees an opportunity and immediately jumps. He sees competition and immediately engages. He faces a challenge and immediately responds with whatever tools he has at that moment. This approach might work occasionally, but it's essentially gambling. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and you're never quite sure why. The Sigma male operates differently. When he encounters an opportunity, his first instinct isn't to grab it, it's to understand it. What are the variables? Who are the other players? What are the potential outcomes? What resources would be required? What's the timeline? This isn't analysis paralysis, it's strategic reconnaissance. Take the example of Jeff Bezos when he founded Amazon. While other entrepreneurs were rushing to capitalize on the dot-com boom, Bezos spent months studying the market, understanding customer behavior, and identifying the perfect entry point. He didn't just want to start an online business. He wanted to start the online business that would dominate for decades. His patience in the planning phase allowed him to act with devastating effectiveness when he finally moved. Strategic patience manifests in several key areas for the Sigma male. In career advancement, while others are networking frantically and applying for every promotion, the Sigma male is studying organizational dynamics, understanding power structures, and positioning himself as the obvious choice when the right opportunity emerges. He's not competing for positions, he's creating situations where positions compete for him. In relationships, strategic patience means not rushing into commitments or trying to impress through grand gestures. Instead, the Sigma male takes time to understand compatibility, shared values, and long-term potential. When he does commit, it's because he's already determined that success is highly probable, not because he's hoping for the best. In financial decisions, this patience translates to thorough research, understanding market cycles, and waiting for investments that align with his criteria rather than chasing trends. Warren Buffett exemplifies this approach. He's famous for saying he prefers to wait for the perfect pitch rather than swing at every opportunity. The psychological advantage of strategic patience cannot be overstated. When you've done your homework and waited for the right moment, You approach action with confidence rather than anxiety. You're not hoping for success. You're executing a plan that has already accounted for potential obstacles. This confidence is evident to others and becomes part of your competitive advantage. Strategic patience also conserves mental and emotional energy. Instead of experiencing the constant stress of reactive decision-making, the Sigma male maintains equilibrium because he's operating according to a larger strategy. He doesn't get caught up in the emotional roller coaster of constant competition because he's playing a different game entirely. 2. Information gathering mastery. Information is the ultimate currency in the modern world, and the Sigma male understands this better than most. While others are making decisions based on assumptions, emotions, or incomplete data, the Sigma male has developed sophisticated systems for gathering, processing, and leveraging information to create overwhelming advantages. The first principle of information gathering mastery is understanding that information exists in layers. Surface-level information is what everyone sees: the obvious facts, the public statements, the apparent motivations. But the Sigma male digs deeper. He looks for the information between the lines, the patterns that others miss, the contradictions that reveal hidden truths. Consider how a Sigma male approaches a new business environment. He doesn't just learn the org chart and job descriptions. He observes communication patterns, identifies informal power structures, understands the unwritten rules, and recognizes the real decision-makers versus the apparent ones. He notices who talks to whom, who gets listened to, and who gets ignored. This isn't corporate espionage, it's strategic observation. The Sigma male has developed what I call 360-degree awareness. He's not just gathering information about his immediate situation, he's understanding the broader context. If he's considering a career move, he's not just evaluating the new position, he's researching industry trends, company culture, future growth potential, and how this move fits into his long-term strategy. One of the most powerful aspects of information gathering mastery is the ability to identify reliable sources. The Sigma male understands that not all information is created equal. He develops a network of trusted sources, not for social purposes, but for strategic intelligence. These might be industry insiders, experienced mentors, or simply observant colleagues who see things others miss. The Sigma male also masters the art of indirect information gathering. Instead of asking direct questions that might reveal his intentions or interests, he learns to gather information through casual conversation, careful observation, and strategic listening. He understands that people reveal more when they don't feel like they're being interrogated. Technology amplifies the Sigma male's information-gathering capabilities. He uses social media not for validation or entertainment, but as a research tool. LinkedIn profiles reveal career trajectories and professional networks. Twitter conversations reveal thought patterns and industry sentiments. Instagram posts reveal lifestyle choices and priorities. He's not stalking, he's researching. The Sigma male also understands the importance of information timing. Some information is only valuable when fresh, while other information increases in value over time. He knows when to act on information immediately and when to file it away for future use. He maintains detailed notes and systems for organizing information so that patterns become visible over time. Perhaps most importantly, the Sigma male knows how to verify information. He understands that misinformation is everywhere and that even well-intentioned people can be wrong. He cross-references sources, looks for contradictory evidence, and maintains healthy skepticism. This verification process often reveals opportunities that others miss because they're operating on false assumptions. The strategic advantage of information mastery becomes clear when decisions need to be made. While others are guessing or hoping, the Sigma male is operating from a position of knowledge. He can predict reactions, anticipate obstacles, and identify opportunities because he understands the landscape better than anyone else in the room. 3. Emotional regulation under pressure. Emotional regulation under pressure is perhaps the most visible difference between Sigma males and other personality types. While others are reactive, defensive, or aggressive when stakes are high, the Sigma male maintains a level of emotional equilibrium that allows for clear thinking and strategic decision-making when it matters most. The foundation of emotional regulation is understanding that emotions are information, not instructions. When pressure mounts, whether in a high-stakes negotiation, a crisis at work, or a personal challenge, the Sigma male doesn't suppress his emotions or pretend they don't exist. Instead, he processes them as data points that inform his strategy. Consider a scenario where a Sigma male faces unexpected criticism in a professional setting. While an alpha male might respond with immediate counterattack and a beta male might become defensive or apologetic, the Sigma male takes a different approach. He acknowledges the emotion he feels, perhaps frustration or disappointment, but doesn't let that emotion drive his response. Instead, he processes what the criticism reveals about the critic, the situation, and potential strategic responses. This emotional regulation isn't about becoming robotic or disconnected. It's about developing what psychologists call emotional granularity, the ability to identify and understand emotions with precision rather than being overwhelmed by them. The Sigma male can distinguish between anger and frustration, between disappointment and sadness, between concern and fear. This precision allows for more appropriate and effective responses. The Sigma male develops emotional regulation through several key practices. First is the pause principle, the habit of taking a moment between stimulus and response. This doesn't mean becoming slow or hesitant. It means creating space for conscious choice rather than automatic reaction. Even a few seconds can be enough to shift from reactive mode to strategic mode. Perspective taking is another crucial skill. The Sigma male regularly practices viewing situations from multiple angles, not just his own perspective, but those of other stakeholders, future versions of himself, and objective observers. This mental flexibility prevents the tunnel vision that often accompanies intense emotions. The Sigma male also understands the physiology of pressure. He knows that stress and pressure create predictable changes in heart rate, breathing, and muscle tension, and he's developed techniques to manage these physical responses. This might include controlled breathing, progressive muscle relaxation, or simple mindfulness practices that keep him grounded in high-pressure moments. One of the most powerful aspects of emotional regulation is its effect on others. When everyone around you is losing their composure, your calmness becomes a form of leadership. People naturally gravitate toward those who remain stable under pressure. This isn't about appearing superior. It's about providing the emotional stability that allows groups to function effectively during challenges. The Sigma male's emotional regulation also extends to long-term pressure and adversity. While others might experience burnout or become bitter when facing extended challenges, the Sigma male maintains perspective by focusing on what he can control and accepting what he cannot. This doesn't mean passive acceptance of unacceptable situations. It means conserving emotional energy for strategic action, rather than wasting it on futile resistance. In competitive situations, emotional regulation becomes a significant advantage. While others are getting caught up in the heat of competition, making emotional decisions, or reacting to provocations, the Sigma male maintains focus on his objectives. He doesn't get distracted by psychological games or attempts to rattle him because he's operating from a deeper level of strategic thinking. 4. Timing and opportunity recognition. Mastery of timing and opportunity recognition is what separates the Sigma male's strategic patience from mere inaction. It's not enough to observe and gather information. The Sigma male must also develop an almost intuitive sense of when conditions are optimal for action and how to recognize opportunities that others miss entirely. Timing mastery begins with understanding cycles and patterns. The Sigma male recognizes that everything in life operates in cycles: market cycles, relationship dynamics, organizational changes, even personal energy levels. While others are surprised by these changes, the Sigma male anticipates them and positions himself accordingly. Take the example of a Sigma male in the stock market. He doesn't try to time every fluctuation or chase every trend. Instead, he studies long-term patterns, understands market psychology, and waits for clear signals that align with his strategy. When others are panicking during market downturns, he's identifying undervalued opportunities. When others are euphoric during market highs, he's preparing for inevitable corrections. The Sigma male develops what I call weak signal detection, the ability to notice subtle changes that precede major shifts. In a corporate environment, this might mean recognizing early signs of organizational restructuring, changes in leadership priorities, or shifting market conditions. These weak signals are often invisible to others because they're focused on more obvious, immediate concerns. Opportunity recognition requires understanding that most opportunities don't look like opportunities at first glance. They're often disguised as problems, challenges, or inconveniences. The Sigma male has trained himself to look past the immediate discomfort or difficulty to see the potential value underneath. The Sigma male also understands the concept of opportunity cost, the idea that choosing one path means foregoing others. This understanding makes him highly selective about which opportunities to pursue. He's not trying to maximize the number of opportunities he takes advantage of. He's trying to optimize for the highest value opportunities that align with his long-term strategy. One of the most sophisticated aspects of timing mastery is understanding convergence, when multiple favorable factors align simultaneously. The Sigma male waits for these convergence moments because they represent exponential opportunity rather than linear progress. When the right opportunity meets the right timing, meets the right preparation, the results can be transformational rather than merely incremental. 5. Resource conservation principles. Resource conservation is a fundamental principle that enables the Sigma male's observe-first strategy. While others are burning through energy, attention, and resources on every available opportunity or challenge, the Sigma male operates with surgical precision, conserving his most valuable assets for maximum impact. The first resource the Sigma male learns to conserve is mental energy. Decision fatigue is real, and the average person makes thousands of decisions daily, most of them unconsciously draining. The Sigma male reduces decision fatigue by creating systems, routines, and clear criteria for choices. He doesn't waste mental energy on trivial decisions, so he can bring full cognitive power to strategic choices. Attention conservation is equally crucial. In an attention economy where everyone is competing for your focus, the Sigma male guards his attention like a precious resource. He's selective about what media he consumes, which conversations he engages in, and which problems he allows to occupy his mental space. This selective attention allows for deeper focus and better decision-making. Financial resource conservation goes beyond simple budgeting. The Sigma male understands that money is a tool for creating options and opportunities. He conserves financial resources not out of fear or scarcity, but to ensure he can act decisively when the right opportunity presents itself. This might mean living below his means to maintain financial flexibility or avoiding lifestyle inflation that would reduce his strategic options. Time conservation is perhaps the most sophisticated resource management skill. The Sigma male understands that time is non-renewable and therefore the most valuable resource of all. He's ruthless about eliminating time-wasting activities, optimizing necessary tasks, and protecting blocks of time for strategic thinking and planning. The Sigma male also conserves social and political capital. He understands that every interaction either builds or depletes his reputation and relationships. Rather than engaging in every debate or trying to win every argument, he chooses his battles carefully, ensuring that when he does engage, it's for strategic purposes that advance his larger objectives. 6. The psychology of predetermined victory. The psychology of predetermined victory is the ultimate expression of the Sigma male's observe-first philosophy. It's the mindset that comes from thorough preparation, strategic patience, and resource conservation, the quiet confidence that comes from knowing you've already won before the game begins. This isn't arrogance or overconfidence. Predetermined victory is the result of systematic preparation and strategic thinking. When the Sigma male finally acts, he's not hoping for success. He's executing a plan that has already accounted for variables, obstacles, and contingencies. The psychological state of predetermined victory creates several advantages. First, it eliminates the anxiety and desperation that often sabotage performance. When you know you're going to win, you can focus entirely on execution rather than worrying about outcomes. This calm confidence is visible to others and often becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. Second, predetermined victory allows for better decision-making under pressure. Since the overall outcome isn't in doubt, the Sigma male can focus on optimizing the process rather than frantically trying to ensure success. This leads to better tactical decisions and more effective execution. The Sigma male achieves predetermined victory through what I call strategic overwhelm, creating such a significant advantage through preparation and positioning that competitors can't realistically catch up. This might involve superior information, better resources, stronger relationships, or simply more thorough preparation. Consider how a Sigma male approaches a job interview. While other candidates are hoping to impress, the Sigma male has already researched the company's challenges, understood the interviewer's background, identified potential solutions he could contribute, and prepared responses that demonstrate his value. He's not trying to get the job. He's allowing the interviewer to discover that he's the obvious choice. This psychology extends to all areas of life. In relationships, the Sigma male doesn't chase or compete for attention. Instead, he becomes the kind of person that others naturally want to be around. In business, he doesn't fight for market share. He creates value propositions so compelling that customers seek him out. The ultimate expression of predetermined victory is when action becomes almost unnecessary because positioning has created inevitable outcomes. The Sigma male, who has built an excellent reputation, developed valuable skills, and maintained strategic relationships, often finds that opportunities come to him rather than requiring active pursuit. The Sigma male's approach to observe first, act when you've won, isn't about passivity or hesitation. It's about operating from a position of strength that most men never achieve because they're too busy reacting to every stimulus around them. While alpha males are fighting for dominance and beta males are seeking approval, the Sigma male is quietly positioning himself for inevitable success. This strategy works because it's rooted in fundamental principles of human psychology and strategic thinking. When you observe first, you gather information that others miss. When you wait to act until victory is assured, you conserve energy and resources that others waste on futile battles. When you operate this way consistently, you develop a reputation for reliability and wisdom that becomes its own form of power. Remember, being Sigma isn't about isolation or superiority complex. It's about understanding your unique strengths and leveraging them effectively. The world needs men who can think strategically, act decisively, and lead quietly. The world needs Sigma males who understand that true power comes not from making the most noise, but from making the right moves at the right time. If you found value in today's exploration of Sigma psychology, subscribe to Official Sigma Male for more deep dives into the mindset and strategies that set Sigma men apart. Hit that notification bell because we're just getting started on this journey of understanding true masculine power. And remember, while others are busy competing, you're busy winning. The Sigma path isn't easy, but it's worth it. Because at the end of the day, while everyone else is exhausted from constant battles, you'll be the one standing victorious, having played the game on your own terms from the very beginning.